You know it's a big game week. Mockler's been up. Hashtag been posted for a couple of minutes on Off the Bench. Shout out to Tom Granning checking in from North Carolina this morning. LSU Florida head coach Ed Orgeron met with the media after practice on Thursday and said that freshman cornerback Cordale Flott will be available to play Saturday night versus the Gators. Tiger quarterback Joe Burrow is completing 79% of his passes with 22 touchdowns compared to 3 interceptions for over 1,800 yards this season. Here's Orgeron talking about another newcomer who may help out this weekend up front.
Yeah, he's fine. We're going to start Adrian, but Ed's going to be right behind him and can play. And if we need help at any tackle spots, Adrian can go out and help at tackle spots.
Adrian McGee there getting the nod over Ed Ingram as Orgeron announced that Thursday afternoon. Here he is discussing why.
Well, I think Adrian's been there for a while. And, I think it's more or less Ed getting up to football speed. And not that he's not physical, not that he's not good enough. It's just that things are a little fast right now. And we haven't slowed down at all. It's a new offense. He's learning new terminology. I think a combination of not playing and learning new terminology is set him back just a little bit.
LSU in Florida Saturday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. 10 minutes after 7 is the official kick time. The LSU football team will honor its past number 18s in the first quarter. Tigers favored by 13.5 here. Here's Orgeron talking about how the Gators are going to use their 2 quarterbacks on Saturday night.
Obviously, he's going to run most of his run plays the same. 5 will do a couple of different runs that 11 does. And we're ready for that. And we know what run it is. We do believe that with 11, he can run the whole offense. I don't know if 5 ready to run the whole offense yet. Maybe he is, maybe not.
Kyle Trask is the starter, but he's dealing with that sprained MCL, completing over 70% of his passes with 7 touchdowns on the season. Emory Jones is the other quarterback that Orgeron was referencing there, the true freshman who's gotten some looks the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, make no mistake. Kyle Trask has been really good this year. In fact, we went over it yesterday. Surprisingly, this Florida Gator offense, that's where they're having all their success, is through the air. And when you look at an LSU defense that is top 10 in the country in terms of yards per rush allowed, Jordy, I don't see Florida running the ball. The only way they're going to have success is if they take to the air. So Grant Delpit, Christian Fulton, Derek Stingley Jr., Kerry Vincent, that whole defense, DBU, it's time to put up or shut up.
The New Orleans Saints, this is from Luke Johnson over at The Advocate. Drew Brees, Trequan Smith, and Trey Hendrickson all did not practice on Thursday. Hendrickson was downgraded Thursday as he went through limited reps during yesterday's workout with the Saints walkthrough. In Jacksonville, quarterback Gardner Minshew was limited with a groin injury, and cornerback Jalen Ramsey was limited with an ailing back. Minshew was new to the injury list. In 5 games, starter Minshew has not thrown for fewer than 200 yards. In fact, last week versus the Carolina Panthers, in a Panthers win, he threw for 374 versus the Panthers. Here's Sean Payton yesterday talking about the chemistry that Minshew has with second-year wide receiver out of LSU, DJ Chark.
Yeah, look, he's a big target that can run, and I think it happens at times. A quarterback comes in and there's some confidence that's usually born out of some plays or a game, and all of a sudden that continues to grow, and I think you've seen it with those 2 guys.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just because they're both young, maybe they get along, but there does seem to be some sort of natural chemistry with Minshew and Chark right now. We'll see if it holds up under the pressure that Marshawn Lattimore is going to apply to that relationship, because like the last 2 games, I have to imagine, and this is a huge sign of respect for DJ Chark, but I have to imagine that Marshawn Lattimore is going to be shadowing him and trying to shut him down in the same way he did Amari Cooper and Mike Evans.
Through 5 games this season, Chark has 27 grabs for 485 yards and a team-leading 5 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a Sunday noon kickoff between the Saints and the Jags. Thursday night, last night in the NFL, Tom Brady had 2 touchdown runs and moved ahead of Peyton Manning for second place on the NFL's all-time passing yards list as the New England Patriots pulled away from the New York Giants in a 35-14 victory. The defending champs had 4 takeaways as they improved to 6-0. Tom Brady, as we said, moved past Peyton Manning on the all-time passing yardage list and now sits only behind Drew Brees with just about 2,000 yards behind him. Brady has 72,757 while Drew Brees has 74, 845.
Yeah, that bastard Brady's trying to catch up to Brees as much as he can while Brees has to deal with this thumb injury. Well, guess what, Tom? Drew's a couple of years younger than you, so... Actually, I don't know, man. Tom's trying to play till he's 45. Like, maybe he gets his record eventually.
He was off last night. I mean, I know he threw for 300 yards, but if you watch that game, he missed some wide open guys. One of his interceptions, he threw it 10 feet behind Julian Edelman. You heard it here first. Tom Brady's done.
Old and
you
done.
You heard it here first on OTB. It's
Jordy
over.
called his shot.
Preseason home opener for the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. Utah's in town in the Smoothie King Center, taking on the Pels. That'll be a 7 p.m. tip-off. In Major League Baseball last night, Thursday night, Garrett Cole pitched another playoff masterpiece as the Houston Astros jumped to a quick lead, turning back the Tampa Bay Rays 6-1 in that deciding Game 5 of the AL Division Series. Alex Bregman and the 107-win Houston Astros will now face off against Aaron Judge and the 103-win New York Yankees. Game 1 is settled for that, or set up for that series Saturday afternoon in Houston. The Astros won 4 of 7 meetings this season. Last night, Alex Bregman was 1 of 4 at the plate. He scored one run, and knocked in 2 ribbies for the Astros. They'll make their 7th appearance in a league championship series and are the first team to reach the ALCS 3 seasons in a row since the Detroit Tigers did it from 2011 to 2013. Shout out Chad Durbin there on that run. Here is Alex Bregman last night talking about the team win.
It was fun, but just what an unbelievable team performance today. Garrett did an unbelievable job, and we're moving on. So excited.
Game 1 Saturday in Houston between the Yankees and Astros.